Someone also asked, sorry if I missed your name there, what we think of Extinction Rebellion. They're at it again, aren't they? Supergluing themselves to things.
Did you see that man crying on the floor? I think he glued his face to the floor and he's just holding the picture of his two kids. Just going, I can't. He's literally crying, thinking about them. And they've gone off the rails, man. But I am glad. I'm now at the point where I'm glad they weren't arrested heavily the first 8 times around
Mm.
because they feel emboldened now to actually just tell the truth, which is what I've been saying all along since it first fucking started. That they just straight up want socialism,
Yeah.
but they don't want it to be voted for. But they're saying it now. They're openly saying this is the only way we can end capitalism. Democracy doesn't work anymore. Blah 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 blah. So at least their message is now being fully delivered at this point, which makes me happy because it's fucking bullshit, man. People do care about the environment. People do care about like pollution and keeping things clean. Of course they do, but these fuckers, these religious freaks. Have you seen the costumes now?
Oh, the Druids. Listen,
Yeah,
I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. The older I get, believe it or not, the less tolerant I'm getting. I know it's hard to believe given my legendary levels of tolerance. When I saw this scruffy, filthy fucking hippie glued to a window smiling, my instinct, peel him off. Why don't they go in and hit them with sticks and peel them off? Then use some incredibly environmentally unfriendly solvents to scrape the hippie off the window.
yeah, yeah,
Slim,
yeah.
if they've glued themselves to the floor, leave them. Just,
I think
just, just leave them to be bummed by smackheads.
everyone. There's been London has been by far the worst. I think we're up to 300 arrests now, but Australia's been clamping down as well, and all across the world, it seems it's almost like world leaders or like police chiefs have all had a conversation with each other and gone, should we just knock this shit on the head now?
Well, it's
Um,
pissing me off because we covered this when they did the fire engine stunt. I spoke many times. They're all using these fucking things, massively polluting, and the human cost in mining the precious materials, the rare earth materials used to make the chips, is disgraceful. The pollution caused is disgraceful. You couldn't peel one of them. It'd be easier to peel them off a fucking window than it would away from their mobile phones and their cars and their plastic gubbins. They are so full of shite. Lead by example. But, they're achieving nothing. I'm told that, yeah, but... And it's a reasonable argument. The only way to change things is to disrupt. I get that, but it's not working. It's not working. We're never going to hit these ridiculous targets. If we did, the country would be crippled.
yeah, and not only that, that one of their main slogans is "Tell the truth," and which is something that they are then incapable of doing, because then if you move to item 3, where they demand a people's assembly that's going to sidestep all democracy, they say the reason for that is because nothing is being done. But things are being done at a phenomenal rate. Like people that you can't say tell the truth and then lie and say nothing is being done. Like for example, and it's a bit shitty because they don't measure external flights, but internally, our emissions from transport have been going down
Yeah.
year on year. But
It's not enough.
they just that's the issue though, Aiden. They no matter what is being done, they won't sit and have an honest conversation about it. I saw one. Someone was on Talk Radio, one of their representatives, and Talk Radio is my favorite at the moment because they want to go on it, but they just get ripped apart. They're going like, islands are disappearing, and it's like, well, which island? And they'll just change the subject. Well, half of Pakistan's underwater, and they're like, yeah, but that's Pakistan is below sea level. This happens every year and has done for centuries.
This is endemic
It's
everywhere, dude. I was talking to a guy about vaping on Twitter, and he was saying people have died because of it. I'm like, well, which, by the way, the American Rebellion's got the right idea. Into the mincer. In you go. You're just through that door, guys. That's where the new protest is. Yeah, it is dark in there, isn't it? In you go. Just take a step. But this guy about vaping, he was some kind of chemist. And he was saying people have died. And he got angry with me because I'm saying, well, can you show me one person that's died from vaping flavoured e-liquid? one lung injury. He's like, well, they've not been reported, obviously. I'm like, well, how do you know about them? Well, my years of training entitle me to an opinion. No, you're entitled to an opinion anyway. What you're not entitled to is me going, oh, you're a chemist. Please tell me about your in-depth knowledge of fucking lung disease. You know, yeah, we've got scientists year on year saying pollution's causing a big problem for people's chests, lungs, things of that nature. Seeing, massive increases in asthma. But no, it's not that. It's the vaping. I was on Richie's show, but 21 people have died. 480,000 people a year die in America because of smoking-related diseases. And these fucking idiots are just snaffling it up, and it's the same with Extinction Rebellion. Question it. You're a stupid old gammon. Why are you threatened? I'm not threatened by Greta. Part of me really likes the fact no matter who's behind her or anything else, a 16-year-old girl still had the theoretical bollocks to get up in front of a large audience and speak. Okay? That takes a lot of doing. I don't care who you are. But I am threatened by the movement behind her. The movement I'm not allowed to mention. The people behind her I'm not allowed to mention. Because to me to assume that means that I'm threatened by her. Whereas I'm supposed to believe that a 16-year-old kid just sued France. Am I supposed to believe that?
Yeah, it's a trap, isn't it? It is a phenomenal trap, and it's the meme is it's like, oh, why are you scared of a 16-year-old girl? And it's like, no, I've got issues with the people who are now hiding behind her, and it's not just that. There's some girl going on about water now. They've got some 13-year-old that they're wheeling out to tell us about water, and it's the thing, isn't it? You give them enough rope, and it's just going to go. It's going to become an absolute joke, isn't it? I have got respect for the fact that Greta's got the balls to stand up and speak, for sure.
But that's where it ends. That's where it ends.
But I have huge disrespect for the adults who are around her that are abusing her. This is abuse.
I've had lectures. I've had lectures that I'm wrong about that I have to accept that Asperger's is a gift. It's not a gift. It's not, because she said it gives me a superhuman power. That's a person with Asperger's making the most of it. To everyone else, we go, it's not a gift.
No, I know. It's funny, though. She said, I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah. You have took my childhood. It's like, well... The funny thing about her is, like, that big speech she did that's been memed like crazy, she's having a go at them just as much as she's having a go at people like me who are telling her handlers to go fuck themselves. Like the people that are critical of her being brought up. She's critical of them, and they're just clapping along, going, "Oh, so brave," because she's just a pawn.
See, people confuse the fact I won't attack a 16-year-old girl, and I say that it takes stones to get up and do what she's done. With somehow, because it's not just her followers that abuse me for that; it's people that are against the message. Because I won't attack her, that somehow that means I'm in agreement. It's like, no, number one, I just don't generally attack kids. And number two, I don't think it's her doing or her message. I think it's just one she's been indoctrinated into. If anything, I feel sorry for the girl. But that Asperger's is a gift thing. It's like saying, you know what? Ever since I had that spina bifida, I've felt blessed. It's not a gift.